Welcome in. Hello. Hi. How are we all doing? Oh no!
Why am I wet?
Someone just followed.
Why am I wet?
Hey, Miss Savage, thank you for the follow.
I know her.
She sounds familiar.
I've heard that person before.
That worked
Miss
really
Savage,
good.
hello. Let's
Nicely.
get a roll call. I think tonight deserves a roll call because this is our third stream as an eye leveled team, as an eye level community. So, well, me and Blake, by the way, chat, have some alcoholic beverages tonight. We didn't give Reese the memo, so
Reese is still working.
Reese is still working. Okay, he's got his face on. So yeah, third stream chat.
And when you say tonight, remember it's 3 p.m. for me. So.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? Whatever, man. It's the weekend.
Hey, dude, majority rules.
How's everyone doing? We got Fruit Gum, Miss Savage, thanks for joining us. Canadian, hello. Are you angry ovs? I'm just reading up. We had a few early gamers as well. We had Thumbs, Tidal Taint. They were hanging out before we even pushed the button. Full, hello. ILO Broadcasting. Wait, is that you, Blake?
No,
Blake's in control. Oh, okay.
not me.
Level's actually here, so.
Level's,
Yeah.
Level's overseeing everything. Okay, chat, thank you again. This is our third stream. We've got a nice little show planned for you guys tonight. First thing I want to do is just run off the introductions. As you guys might have known already, me and Blake have been here the past 2 weeks. Oh my lord. They better be on a cooldown, Blake.
We didn't think a cooldown was necessary.
Oh my lord. Well,
Just wait till we give them access to the deck later, too.
goodness. Oh yeah, exactly. Big secrets coming your way, chat. Okay, so tonight, listen, ain't no way, dude.
Thank you for the
All of them.
follow.
I am tripping. Tonight, let's just do a quick fire round for me and Blake. Blake, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I go on vacation tomorrow, so it's hard to be bad right now.
I know what you mean. Well, do you know what? You're starting it right with a 3 p.m. beer, to say
yeah.
the least. I love it.
Vacation's here.
I do
In the
love it.
stream, Blake would already be starting to get checked out, dude.
He's checked out.
Pretty
He's
much.
gone.
You just slowly start to see him slipping in his chair.
Wait,
like,
we have a meeting tomorrow morning now,
Oh
so...
yeah. All right. That's your send off.
Blake's already there in a fucking Hawaiian shirt and like a little umbrella in his cup. Off to Florida.
Pretty much.
I can't wait to see the pictures, man. Guys, IMG, I am here being a host. I think I've adopted the role as your main host. Whilst I'm actually here, I'm going to be honest, I'm quite tired tonight, so everything I'm doing is about keeping up appearances. So I dare say, cut me some slack tonight, please. Thanks. Killshot, I see you, man.
What's up, dude?
I know
Welcome
that guy.
in. Yeah, see, we got to do something crazy. Maybe we should do that tonight, too. Get a crazy raid thing
Okay.
set up. Some sort of actions.
We can see how crazy we go. Guys, if you didn't meet Killshot already, they are one of the eye level team as well, who was on for our pilot night together. I've lost track of time. Anyway, most importantly tonight, we get to introduce Reese, who is, and I don't want to butcher the title here, Reese. He is our eye leveled operations manager?
I believe that's what it is, yeah.
I think you got
How
that
you
right.
Yeah. Am I doing?
I'm looking at Discord. Ops manager, Reese, welcome to, well, thank you for joining us tonight. First of all,
That's all right. Went through everyone else. I'm like, I better do it.
so we've done this the past few times as we introduce more of the team. People just know you, right? They know you're eye leveled, your passion for eye leveled. So I say, give us the spiel, give us the rundown of everything that you've done and aspire to do for eye leveled, what you're about, all that jazz.
Yeah, like ultimately, you guys know I reached out to you two last year. Headhunted. I'm known as the headhunter. So, yeah, no, I reached out to both G and Blake last year to say, look, we need more peeps on the team, people that are good at what they do and have the understanding to be able to help others. So, we did that, and I was in the position of both Blake and G for the last couple of years as well. Preston reached out to me in 21. I had some of you guys may know me. My son is almost 2.5 now. So that's how long I've been with iLeveled, because the week he was born was the week I started iLeveled. So, yeah, Preston, you got to hear Preston's take on everything and kind of like the history of it from back last week. So I came in probably a year or year and a half after he had already started setting things up and started helping people out. I had already been doing the sort of same, going around helping, giving advice and planning things myself. So he kind of took me under his wing, taught me what he knew. There are a few things I guess I knew, and just built it from there. And then, over the last year, we just needed more peeps. So that's where Blake and G and then Michael have come on just to sort of progress and get everything done. And we're heading into a really big project, which I can't talk about at the moment, but there's a huge project that I leveled is being a part of coming up very soon. So more things will be happening, and you'll be seeing a big step happening. So I can't really talk about sort of where it's going, but your faces of I leveled are these two right here. That way.
Illist would like to know if your announcement is as big as Drake.
The what?
Oh, you guys don't know. Okay, never mind.
That if you Google Drake, you'll find his penis on the internet. Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
hidden secrets. Reese, I
haven't seen the video. No, I purposely not Googled Drake, Preston.
I googled it. No, okay.
I don't need to be reminded of that. I'm less than average, all right?
Oh man, Ellis, you know how to stir things, man. Reese, all I can say is yes, everything is true to its nature. You brought Blake and I on board, and it's just been insane, everything, and it's so good to have you on the show tonight. You have mentored me through more than just I leveled, so it's so good to have you on the show tonight.
No, thanks, man. No, it's don't I said Preston and everything. You don't vouch for someone unless you know and you believe in people. So and every single week it's kind of like you're justified on the endorsement you gave. So you guys do that, and you guys make me look good. So
exactly. I think I've always got that in mind. I'm doing this for Reese. I'm doing this for Reese for real every time. Well, that all said, we've actually had quite a busy week this week, chat. And I kind of thought we would do a working update. Also, Reese did mention a couple of top secret things. Me and Blake, so much so that Blake and I are kind of in the dark. We know some tidbits of information, but there's I'm excited and curious to see what's going to happen. Like,
all you guys know is that you'll be busy at one
when
stage,
things get running. Exactly. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm optimistic. We've had that's all paired up with what's been a busy few weeks, I'd say. We've had a lot of new clients. Goodness knows where they came from, by the way. I know for a fact that I've been absolutely swamped with lots of people starting out streaming. It's not even been ongoing folks like looking for any kind of bug fixes or troubleshooting. It's actually been people setting out to start streaming, and it's been crazy to think, because this is where I am when I do work with new clients. I remember my own rite of passage, as I call it. I think that's the best way to put it. My own rite of passage when I started streaming was easily 4 to 6 months of like this initial growing pains and troubleshooting and looking for ideas and all that jazz.
Very different time though, wasn't it? There was
definitely
things were
was
still being implemented. Things still didn't work.
Yeah, I mean,
100%. And
I very, very much so. I started with OBS, luckily enough, and I had like stock images on Stream Elements, and then that was it pretty much. But I remember having audio issues. I remember having chatbot issues, overlay glitches and stuff. It all happened. Any given stream, I would have OBS crash outright. I played a lot of Destiny 2 at the time, but I'm kind of circling back, right? And I think this is the question I want to pose, right? How much information is too much information for someone who's just starting out streaming? Because we, like, every session we do a firm build. We show our clients how to do what we're doing basically in front of them. But I've been saying this phrase over and over. I've been calling it the rabbit hole of streaming and content creation, and it's how much is too much to like give out to our clients in terms of, here's your OBS, and this is what you could do, and this is what you could do. Here's Stream Elements. You can tweak your text, your sounds, your visuals, and it just goes mental. That's like 2 different disciplines, and it goes mental. Reese, you hit me with your thoughts. You were saying there, like, for starting out.
Yeah, you want to be respectful of people's time. You need to be respectful of your own time. And they're obviously paying for a service, so you need to take all that into consideration. You need to be transparent. You need to come up with everything. But in saying that, people just don't know what they don't know, right? So you jump in, you start going on all the jargon and all the abbreviations. So it's trying to simplify that as we do and trying to prioritize the scope of work that we're doing and trying to get things done. Like, okay, cool. This gets done straight up. So then I can then work on this in the middle, and then we can come back around to, say, setting up this software API at the end, but everything else is there ready to go. So it's prioritizing that throughout. And sometimes, you go over, sometimes you go under, and, you just have to be transparent with the client to do that. Explaining everything as you're going, everyone has varying levels of understanding. People have respectfully absolutely no idea. They don't come from any of this.
Yeah.
I had no fucking clue when I first started. I'm sure Blake and GG has a little bit of sound design sort of studies in his background, but we're all self-taught, so we're passing on that information. So what we have to think of is, how did we, Blake still has no idea, you have to think about it like it's what would have helped you when you were at that stage, and what needed to be done for you to understand, and how would you want someone to explain it to you. So that's it at its very core, right? Is to
I think you've nailed it, man. A couple of things you said there, but you don't know. So it's either inspiring those folk that are signing up with us to like boost their imagination, or like I was saying, giving them the tools to get started and to then apply their own imagination and innovation. And a big part of that actually comes from watching other streams. There's people out there who have been through all the motions, and I mean, I guess I learned this at college as well, but like that, having the intellectual side of all the knowledge, sharing that knowledge, it's a very powerful thing that we're doing at any point in time, be it for a new client who's brand new streaming content creation, or to someone who's been doing it for years. Like there's still something they might not know that you can point them on. This is why anytime I talk to Preston, fires off all these different things that I've never heard of still, and I'm like, dude, when did you come across that? And
what was it the other day? It was Sizzle, wasn't it, for you?
I came across, I had one of my clients wanted to use a bot program that clips your Twitch channel when it picks. I don't know how it works. I remember Athenoscope, the original one I seen, and it was a bot that linked to your various gaming accounts, and it could tell when you were like, you got a kill in a game, or you won a match or something. It was very basic, and it basically created highlights for you to go to the end of your stream and just pick and choose from to make your content. But yeah, that's right, that was a brand new tool I'd never heard of this week, and it was our client who mentioned it, saying, oh, I'm going to use Sizzle. I whispered Reese at the side. I was like, hey, what's that, man? So yeah, no, Reese, honestly, you nailed it, man. And I feel like my workflow is trying to not overload people with the amount of knowledge that I'm willing to give them. It's curating it and pacing it properly between each different discipline, and it made me appreciate how much self-learning has went in for my own experience.
And what's crazy, when you are sort of going through things, what can be the simplest thing for us, like running through, is absolutely magical to them.
Do you know, I've got a simple example. See, when using OBS, I've just got so accustomed to using either hotkeys or double clicking sources and scenes and stuff. And I'm like, oh, click it, and like, oh, double click it. And it's, you're correcting me. You're going, I should have said that in the first place. Anyway, Blake, any thoughts?
Man, where to draw the line? I think that depends on each client too, and how much, they're really into it. And you can usually get a pretty good idea of like that as you're working through stuff. So when you add the overlays for the first time in OBS and they're just like blown away with how cool it looks, you're like, okay, if this blew your mind, just wait till I show you Streamerbot.
You start adding filters, you start doing stretching with the shift key and the alt key. And
that reminds me, I was in a call with Blake with one of our new clients, and I said to Blake right before I did it, I was like, Blake, what are the chances our client loses her mind at this stinger transition? And Blake's like, yep. And then I added just a simple stinger transition, by the way, nothing too mental. I consider it simple. And I was like, right, change your scenes now, friend. And they did it. And they're like, oh my God, they were losing their mind. I was like, that's so amazing. Like,
Yeah.
that was wholesome for me.
Well, I think just gauging their interests as you're going through and then giving them like a little taste, setting something super easy, like in Streamerbot. I don't know. I was with someone the other night and I was like, you try to describe Streamerbot to people, you're like, it can do everything. And like, well,
but
like
what is everything? Like,
Yeah.
can it fuel my car? Can it bloody do my shopping for me? Like, no, like you actually have to go through. And the simplest thing for that is like, okay, so there's the various things that, you know, we class as these actions. And then there's two sides of it. You got the actions and you got your triggers. And whether it's you talking to the mic and it doing the voice recognition, or someone doing a channel reward or a command or an event pop up, it will trigger these actions. That can be muting your mic, changing scene, activating a source, having whatever. And it's just, that's probably like the easiest sort of segue into it all, is just splitting that down the middle.
Yeah,
It's
we added like a
also-
fart command. That's all we did. But they loved it.
Exactly.
And that's so much easier than, do you remember like back in the day where it was you had to add the sounds through a browser source in Stream Elements, right? And you had to add the command to like the Stream Elements store there, and
Yeah,
set it to,
I
like,
remember that.
points. So
What was that? There was like trigger fire is what we
Trigger
used to
fire.
I
use
use
Yeah.
Trigger
too.
Fire.
And
Yeah.
like think about and
See, I was
Leorin board's
Leorin
another
board.
one too.
Yeah, Leon board. I never got into Leon board. I didn't like the interface.
it was horrid, but it worked. It was good for back then. But as soon as like I had another bot that I paired with Leorin board called Voltron, and it was a bot developed by our good friend Pekinji, who is friends with Dizzy Dilo. And Pekinji is a software developer, and he created this bot that only like 6 people had, but it was the first bot in the world to do welcome sounds. Right? So
Your
but
walk-ons?
it was
As made famous by.
it was so he was the first person to do that and do these welcome sounds, and it was all local API based, but bringing in the pub sub from Twitch and all that. And then Streamerbot came out, and it was just so much more powerful. We didn't have the time to hang on to it. And then Streamerbot comes along, and Leorin board's just completely out. You don't need Leorin board or Leorin board version 2 anymore.
That's right. And I mean, I'm always pushing for these simpler methods. One of my friends I actually co-streamed with this week was talking about something that he'd done for his channel. I'm trying to remember specifically what it was now. I can't remember exactly what it was, but the TLDR was that I told him how easy it would be to do in Streamerbot versus what he had programmed for his channel. But I mean, he's a much more savvy streamer. But for me, the TLDR is like, I've definitely reflected this week on how much information I'm giving clients and how to sort of put it in a proper order for teaching them, because teaching clients is a huge thing that we do. We're not just, here's your setup, push play, on you go, have fun. We're sitting there going, and this is how you do this and this is how you do that. We're very thorough.
And if you've ever worked with us, we do session recordings. So you go back on those recordings, and we're explaining why we're doing things as we're doing them, because we're also doing that for them at that time for the walkthrough, but also for them to go back and watch at any other stage, to basically for us to explain it again in a phantom way.
Yeah, that falls back on that shared knowledge thing as well. We have bestowed that knowledge, and we've got a record of it for people to view, much like you would go on like a Skillshare channel like YouTube. There's lots of different things there, but we have that one is designated for that client, and it's the same every time. We'll do it every time, teaching them as much as we can without inundating them. And like I remember saying again, I know I'm going on here by the way, but I was going like, any questions about that, like any queries. It also comes down to how tech savvy certain clients are as well. If they work with oh, there's a follow. Working with different technologies and hardwares, it's always different. Oh my lord. We need to change Reese's, don't we? Oh man. Okay. So yeah, that's been my thought. We've had a lot of clients this week. Just making sure I don't inundate them too much with information. Okay, I'm going to read chat for a reset before we segue.
Also, Kismet, thank you so much for the follow.
Kismet, good to have you. You yourselves keep up on new tech and tools. I brought this up. I was at a family garden earlier, and we're talking about Twitter specifically. But I think a lot of technology is quite visible on Twitter, especially these days. I see a lot of new things getting pushed out for the companies, etc. that I see. I think spoken word is also huge as well. Tidal Tent being someone referencing something and recommending something, you know, like when we're working with our clients, we're dialed into our group chats, and I'll come across a problem and I'll go, hey, what should I use for this? Insert problem here. And one of the guys is bound to have an idea of what to do.
At least
I'll
where
give
to
you
start to like find it out.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give you a quick example before I totally hog this show tonight. Quick example. It was one of my clients this week. They had graphics made by a third party, and the cam window had curved edges on OBS. Now, most people would find a way to crop their camera behind that box and you wouldn't see anything jutting out. But this was such a thin sort of graphic, a sort of visual, if you will, that no matter how much I resized it, the corners of the cam were always sticking out from the corners. So I asked the group chat, says, how can I fix this? And there was a couple of different things. Reese gave us a very intricate way, which I thought was interesting. He's used it before. It's called bracing. You can maybe explain that technically if you'd like, Reese.
Right now?
I'd go for it. What's the bracing technique on OBS?
So it's more like a thing to sort of show you. But like for those of you who obviously do sort of stream, it's grabbing sort of one image and sticking it straight away into a group. So what you then do is you grab a color source, you make it transparent with a color correction filter, and then you change the dimensions of that color source, holding shift or using the transform function to be a invisible sort of size of that group. And no matter what you change this source inside this group, it will increase the size of the group. So you have your base image there. So at base, just looking at it, you just got your image there. But as soon as you click on it, it's then got all this room around it. So you can do whatever there. You can then go and add a mask to this, which we did have masks, and decrease or increase the size of this invisible color source to bring the sides in, move stuff over, move stuff on. And we also use this for like scrolling text. When you want scrolling text to move, but you want like a break in it and it doesn't just automatically like start up. It's good for like any sort of scrolling.
That's right.
Or if you have a source that is like on the middle of the screen, you want it sliding on, sliding off. There's all sorts of things, but it's give it a go. You basically grab just a invisible color source and you put it inside a group with another image and it increases the size of it. It's more of a let me show you sort of deal. But yeah, definitely the more intricate way. And then Preston comes along and is like, no, use this plugin. I'm like, and then what did I do? Preston comes along and is like, yeah, use this plugin. And I'm like, oh. And then I just copy what Preston said and just put it there straight away. I'm like, you should do this.
That's right. Well, so I did mention that in our group chat. I said I actually I know of a plugin. I can't remember the specific name. So I was able to put back to what we're fixing here. So Reese, that is a very complex way, but it's also effective for other things you might want to produce on your stream, such as scrolling text. That can be temperamental on OBS unless you do it a certain way. Yeah, so we found a plugin. I think it was called Advanced Mask for OBS. Oh, is that a follow? Oh no, that's me being sick. We had an advanced mask and it was able to take the cam source and curve the edges very, very instantaneously. The only thing was you couldn't set an angle for the curve, so I had to pseudo set it behind that cam scene. But yeah, that ended up working out really well for what I was trying to do.
I think Shade Filter has some rounded corner filters too, if I remember correctly. So that could be another thing.
That makes sense. Okay.
I was going to say the timing on me and
I needed a sip, man. I've got whiskey here tonight, chap.
I felt left out, dude.
Hard earned.
Okay, you're doing a dance and everyone goes off in one other direction. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, there's so many ways to do it. By no means was Reese's method wrong in any way. It was just slightly more steps, but also reaps its own benefits for doing it that way as well. So it's whatever suits the situation for sure.
Rounded rectangle per corner shader. Let's just see what this does.
You can round my cam box if you want. First time I've came across a rounded cam window in a while.
I don't know if it's bottom right.
Do you know what the?
Oh,
do you know
I
what
see it there.
Oh, there's a follow. See, bro. I know that gamer. Okay.
See the bro, dude.
We do see the bro. So
Thanks
real
for the
talk,
follow.
I remember you can use that on anything, and it can actually clean up a lot of visuals, especially if you're using different widgets. Anyway, that I felt we should preview that at some point for sure. Okay, I was trying to be smarter for production tonight. Production notes to segue into this next bit. So I'm going to ask, does anyone in chat own any form of Apple products, be it iPhones or Macs, MacBooks, iMacs? Reese is an iPhone user.
iPhone user. Yep.
These do. Sorry, if you can share what you own, like that'd be interesting to know. Chat for real. A 9-year-old Mac sniper, mad. Apple II.
You play Minecraft on that sniper?
iPhones. Okay, cool. So this kind of brings me to the topic. So recently, as a team, we are sort of cycling back our support for Macs when it comes to streaming. And I like to preface this. This is not a sort of dunk on Apple products or Macs versus PCs, etc. It's more so like Macs are brilliant. I used a Mac for sound production. I used it for video editing. It does those jobs great. But when it comes to streaming, we start to hit a few walls that, compared to a PC system,
especially with the most recent operating system and updates that have been made towards the end of last year. It's always been a little bit of a struggle to like get things working, and everyone's, even on PCs, everyone's got a different setup. But it was consistently issues with the Mac, and then therefore bad experiences that the clients would have before, during, after.
You just covered Streamerbot.
So I covered Streamerbot, but what I wanted to show you as I was just messing with this filter that I found in Shade Filter. See the top corner of the screen here? You can just adjust. Yeah, you can just adjust each one however you want.
Yeah, you can do. Yeah. That's some of the tool that I used.
Okay. Yeah, this is in Shade Filter, so
I must be a derivative. There must be on all corners as well.
Probably. There is an all corners one actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with Macs, we just want to, with all the issues that people have been having recently, we're just sort of peering back a little bit with that.
So I've had a lot of experience with Macs in the last 2 weeks.
I know, that's why you get it.
Blake, you have the floor, man.
Well, there's a lot of things that just come up that you don't think about. There's plugins for OBS, for example, that are strictly for Windows. Actually, quite a few of them. And then you get into stuff like, that's one thing I kind of anticipated that. What I didn't anticipate was Stream Deck, because it's like, well, it's an Elgato product. This works, but there's actually plugins for that don't work on Mac. And I was just like, my brain broke when I was like, no, I'm done. Get me out of here. But yeah, it's just.
Yeah. So that's like the first thing to say. The sort of dev side for Macs is lacking compared to PC when it comes to plugins and certain tools, third-party apps that work to create an easy and intuitive streaming experience. Blake's been through the wars the past few weeks, chat.
I think the other thing that comes up from like my point of view too when we're doing it is just like all the extra like steps you have to take to do something. So just to get in from like using AnyDesk or something, you have to go through all these security things, give them access to AnyDesk, give AnyDesk access to those. But then stuff too that I noticed when you download a plugin, for example, you'll get a pop-up that says this is from an unknown developer. We need your security stuff. So then you're going back to the client saying, hey, can you log in? And it looks like this big error message, right? We're all comfortable with it. We've used this plugin plenty of times, but now it's like this big caution symbol. And they're like, what the hell am I doing? I'm like,
I'm permitting this third party app. Yeah. That's interesting. I didn't think about the whole, implementing them. So once you've actually got them onto the Mac, it's permitting it to do so. There's a lot of lock and key stuff on the Mac's sort of security system, I guess, and or firewalls that's built in. Yeah, so that creates a lot of friction.
We had a lovely client back in December, didn't we? Was it back in December, beginning in January, was it? And I think it was December. And it took us twice, sometimes 3 times as long to get through the the stuff we do all the time on PC. And that's not just down to us not knowing the operating system. We know where to go and sort of what to do, but it just takes that double handling to like the next level, and the sort of hand holding and all that. Yeah. Unfortunately so.
That kind of brings me to the next major thing, and that's audio production for stream on Macs. So when you're using a Mac, the audio is very one-dimensional. You're pretty much set to use one output and one input, and if you want to change any of those, you need to instruct the Mac on so many different levels to this audio goes there. The other thing is, it's very, so like, as I say, one-dimensional. It's one audio output for everything. And when you want to then start saying, hey, I want to produce a stream, I want to have game audio, I want to have a voice chat audio, I want to have a music audio, as a lot of folks that stream usually do have on PC. On a Mac, it gets so convoluted. You have to basically tell the Mac, no, we're going to give you a new audio protocol. We did use an application recently. What was it called again? The sort of wavelength.
Right? Caster, or I think it was.
We used a software tool that effectively takes over your Mac's audio, and you're supposed to be able to assign individual channels like on a digital mixer, but it basically gets very frictional with the base operating system, or the base drivers, should I say, for the Mac. I'm just listening to that rave, by the way. Holy cow. it's going, man. The music's going. So yeah, a big thing that we come across with Mac customers has been audio issues, because the Mac basically looks at its drivers and goes, what am I supposed to do? What am I doing right now? I don't like that. I'm not doing anything. And ends up, you have to like sometimes factory reset.
Oh, yeah.
Written to do that a couple of times recently, didn't it? Like, to try and fix an issue. And
that was my experience at uni and college. Was I set up it was a thing called Soundflower, if anyone knows that, and it basically was going to turn the audio protocols and allow me to control them on individual faders, etc. But it was convoluted. I ended up factory resetting my Mac. I was like, that's not worth the hassle. What else? What other issues we ran into? I think the biggest thing is, like, we're doing what we do. I wouldn't say we're Apple Mac experts. I know Apple has their own wave of geniuses, as they're called, who can deal with like root issues, but when it comes to asking the software to do what you want it to do, it's like skipping ropes, man, or jump ropes. It's kind of mad.
Well, and then you start looking at like additional hardware or software to do something that a PC just can do, whether that's audio routing or other functions, and it's like the price tag on the Mac is already probably way above what you would pay for a PC that has the same processing power. And so I think there's things that it's like, I think if you talk about streaming alone, like PC, again, GPUs and stuff like that, like that's what you want. Macs can be good for.
Yeah, the multiple connectors, the hardware side as well. A lot of, sorry, I'm hijacking here, Blake.
No, you're good.
A lot of external hardwares that you would tend to use for a streaming setup, you just plug in and a PC can just, it goes, I know what this is and I know what to do with it. Whereas a Mac goes, what did you just plug in? What did I do with this?
Yeah, I mean, remember for the one in December that we were talking about, we had to like come up with all these solutions to be able to get everything we wanted plugged in. We need this adapter and we're going to need this one. Right. And it's like, what?
Like I was saying before, like we're all self-taught. So Killshot using his knowledge and experience there to help us out, who we didn't really know, we hadn't had that much experience with Macs as individuals, to help out there. So pointed us off in the right direction.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I had a running joke with the team here, chat, where I would say, did you tell them they should get a PC?
We are one step closer to that with one client that me and Preston met with yesterday, and we got recommendations together for a PC today and sent it off to her. So I'm pretty excited for that to happen.
Yeah, you'll blow their minds, honestly.
Do it all again.
Exactly.
And none of this is like shitting on and Max. Like as G said at the beginning, great for graphic design, great for Dizzy. I was talking to Dizzy the other day, right?
Editing,
yeah, exactly.
Visuals, fantastic.
They're powerful and they're fantastic for that. Dizzy was literally talking about getting a Mac the other day, or a MacBook to when he goes traveling. It does work like that, yeah, they're fantastic. Unfortunately, the support for it to be able to do this kind of stuff isn't 100% there. Now, people still do Stream with Max, and we have helped people set up, and they're still doing it successfully now. Some people are still having issues that we have to consult on. One person, I think Canadian asked before, who streams on a Mac, is our good friend Ahoy Hoy. Right, Ahoy streams on a Mac, and I think he's racing on a PC to maybe do some games, but he's still going to be streaming off of his Mac, connecting that all up to there. And I've had to message him to be like, hey man, like when you've done this before, how have you then connected it to that? So
that's right.
It's people make it work 100%, but you're very limited, and you may run into issues that other people don't, as you would with a different operating system. So not shitting on it whatsoever. It's just our professional opinion. It will cause you be a lot more time consuming, a lot more hassle, basically.
Yeah. That more so if you're considering getting hardware to stream chat. We recommend PC spec systems for heavy lifting part and for the technical side and the software side. It does it all. And that was eye-opening for me because I had a Mac for years. Not even as a desktop, just for college and uni. And then I'll tell you a quick story. When I thought I could start streaming it on my Mac at the time, so I bought a capture card for my PlayStation, and I plugged it in to the Mac, and it was a slideshow, and I just looked at it and I was like, and I had some tech savvy friends at the time who says, why is it like that? It says, your Mac's not powerful enough. And I was like, I was heartbroken. I thought my little Mac could do it all.
The little Mac that could.
The little Mac that could.
The little Mac's
we ever start doing merch, Preston, just a Mac on a railway track, the steam coming out of it.
It's a Mac with like the OBS overbearing it, going like, "Rrr."
I think I can.
Telescreen PowerPoint presentation for the all of that full. Yeah, honestly. So yeah, we're stepping back a little bit on the Mac support. As just we can't compensate for the time it would take to resolve unknown issues. Like we could go, sure, I can visualize me doing that on a PC, no problem, but as soon as you start trying to do it on a Mac, it's temperamental. And props to Blake here, because he's had quite a few Mac customers the past few weeks who he has been tirelessly working with to get them where they wanted to be, and to great success actually, after a lot of frustration. But the time ended up being not worth in the end, I think, was the decision. Also,
look at Blake. He doesn't take compliments well. Whenever we say "good job, Blake" in the group chat, he just doesn't respond. Like right now, he's like, "Shut up."
In the middle of the night, I'm not even kidding. When we started, after we had this conversation, in the middle of the night, Reese sends us a screenshot from our Fiverr side of things, and it says. It was a sort of sub-quote here, and it just basically said, hi, I'm looking to start streaming. I have a PlayStation 5 and a MacBook Pro.
Bed.
He said just gone to bed, and we had a prospective client saying, hey, we're looking to stream. I have a Mac and a PlayStation 5, and I just looked at it. I was like, can I reply to it and say, yeah, sure, no worries. So you're going to need a PC, and then we'll go from there. Disrespect to that prospective client. It was just funny because it was right after our internal conversation.
What was it the other day? There was like something like 2 weeks ago, and someone was like, oh, I need help with this and this. And then you just went Mac ? Like in our group message. I'm like, shut that up. Stop that right now.
Yeah, I was being a bit meanie, Mog. Everything at the job brief, and I was like, are they a Mac user by chance? Because they had all the sort of patterns as I'd point out. Turns out they weren't. They had a bloody souped up PC, and I was like, well, I'm going to eat my freaking words here. And that was the dude I worked with this week, was awesome, by the way. So that wish I'd said it, but I thought you had a Mac. You're a Mac user or something. Oh man.
Oh god, don't look at the chat. You know how Preston likes to use his generate stuff?
Oh no, what's he done? I'm scared.
Where are we looking?
Oh my lord, Preston, no, that's not safe for work, man. Oh, dude.
Oh my god.
Nah, maybe I've got an idea.
Don't share that.
Oh, no, never mind. Don't even read what I said. Right. Yeah, that's it for Mac's chat. So for us, at least, for now, all going well. Tonight, we wanted to demo a couple more things with Streamerbot. So let's kind of the Streamerbot section of Lay Stream.
Yeah.
So tonight, for those that are using Streamerbot or have been following us with the Streamerbot content, we realised our channel doesn't have very many commands at the moment, apart from the funky ones that we do on screen.
I think we also have, if I look here, we got an eye-leveled command which does the website. Huh?
Do we?
I don't know. Someone do the command.
Well, they remember my commands.
There's one.
Okay, so we put some stuff. We put some stuff to the channel. Well, basically tonight, chat, what we want to do is we want to show you this incredible tool, and this actually goes out to most streamers and also people who maybe moderate in Twitch communities. What we're going to show you tonight is the Streamerbot Dex feature that they have.
And that's not dicks, that's
not
Dex.
Dex.
Damn
yeah,
it!
nice. Okay, however you say it. Dex.
Stealing for your dick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Pretty sure when Preston used to stream, he used to have it. Was it Preston? Dizzy. It was
know.
one of the two, but they had like someone's welcome sound, which is like some guy yelling like dicks.
Dex and Dex. Okay, Blake is going to be the one to demo this, as he's the main production unit. However, I'll give you guys a bit of an outline as to what decks are. And if that sounds like I'm saying decks, I'm over it. I'm so over it.
say it one more time.
Streamerbot decks. Oh my gosh! Reese.
It wasn't me. I did clip it though, but that wasn't me. That was Blake's Go XLR.
Oh,
That was
wow.
me, sorry.
I'll be red-handed. Okay, this little tool is actually mainly on the Streamerbot website. What it allows you to do is, I'm speaking Dex Pro. Oh my lord, I'm never getting out of this. Look at this. I heard that.
Wait.
That's not even the full words.
It's like he's coming up behind me and just whispering in my ear.
Dex. How you doing?
Can you get like a rave music back going again? We're just dicks.
Yeah, I'll add it to my infamous folder. Okay, the best way to visualize this is effectively a stream deck. This is a stream deck that can be used on any browser source by anyone that has pretty much a password to log in. And as long as the home Streambot software is connected to where it needs to be, I think it's the website. You log in via the website. It's on that wiki page.
Yeah, I can
That's
show.
basically.
So what we should do, I think, is we should talk about some things that we want to do for the deck. So like what kind of actions do we want to give you guys to build? But while we're thinking about those and kind of brainstorming, I'll just kind of go through and show everybody where it's set up. So first thing that you need to do is you need to create an account on the Streamerbot website. Once you do that, you can go to integrations and then Streamerbot website, and you'll just connect it, which is just logging in. You pull up Streamerbot here. Okay. Then you're on the Streamerbot website and you're going to go up here and then, hey, look at that. Decks. I go to that and then create a new deck. Go into this then, and you have all these kind of buttons. One thing up here is you're going to want to make sure you get it connected right. So a lot of times you just have to toggle this. If you see this, you should be connected correctly. Okay. That's as simple as that. Now the deck is connected to your Streamerbot. There is some settings, which I'll show you in a little bit once we give people access to it. But right now we should just set up the actions like we normally would and figure out what we want them to do.
Well, I say they're having a lot of fun with the camera effects. So why don't we add the camera effects individually first, and then we can have people at home trigger those using the deck.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually really easy because we already have these actions set up for it. So if we just go here, we're going to click the plus here. This is going to be an action button, and if you drop down, you'll see with input, we won't use that. Action is going to be Blake Rage. Appearance, you guys can customize these buttons if you want to. So if you want to build just a specific deck for your mods and actually put some time into it and do different icons and stuff so it's easier for them, you can do that. We don't need any arguments or anything like that, so we're just going to click save. Actually, let me go in here. Appearance.
That's right, Blake. So my biggest use for this as a content creator is to give my channel mods additional tools to moderate the stream, so they can, at the push of a button, maybe change scenes if there's an emergency. They could even shut down my stream if something unspeakable happened. They also have extra moderation tools like your shield mode on Twitch. The list goes on here. And then, of course, we can add some trolly stuff as well, you know, camera shakes, camera effects. It's really up to you what you program your deck with. What's most important? I'm trying to keep a straight face, bro.
Oh, don't forget
Decks,
the latest update
decks.
for your decks.
Okay, in all seriousness, it's the most important thing to note is who you give access to. So you can set up, I'm pretty sure Blake will show this in a second, but you can set passwords, lock and key it, basically.
Yeah, don't worry,
you,
Creaser. I'm already working on it, Creaser. Okay, I'm being done, Creaser.
You got me good tonight. You got me good.
So yeah, you can go into the deck options here, and if you just go to security, there can be a private one, and you can give users access to it. You can also make it public too, which we're gonna do in this case.
I can't wait to let chat play off our deck, by the way.
Just getting me to clip you, aren't you?
So this is just, yeah, we got these pulled up real quick here. I'm gonna give this to you guys just so we can test this out and make sure it works. I'm gonna drop this in our chat, and all right. That is pasted. Why don't you guys go see if you can do that? If that works, then we can give everybody access and they can kind of play along.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, so we're gonna go back here.
And does this update in like real time? Like whatever we add
Yeah. Oh yeah.
at the time, it will update straight away from the mods, and it'll just they have to go and refresh their page, or
Yep.
So
it's all there.
so that worked, you said? I'm gonna click it once here. Yep. That made me rage. Beautiful. Play with our
It's Decks. decks,
Go on,
bro.
Blake.
with our
Decks.
everybody. How many times is it gonna run?
fucking migraine, dude.
Chaos.
It's disconnected now.
You can stop those commands.
That last one fading out, dude.
Is that not just amazing? The fact that you can bestow your own streamer functions to whoever you send a link to using
Now-
the...
Can you
Oh, never mind. I was paused.
Can we what?
say it again, G? Say it again.
Yep, chat. I don't know what I said. I said, isn't that amazing that you can allow people to control your streamer bot using a custom-made decks? That took way too long.
Well, I wasn't ready for it.
Hey, chat, would
my
you believe they like rehearsed this for like 15 minutes before we started today?
Gosh. So you can do cooldowns on here too, you guys. So what we can do for this deck is if we put like a 20-second cooldown just globally on each one of these, or this is 20 milliseconds. So we got to do like, let's just say
20,000 milliseconds?
20,000 milliseconds, yeah. Okay, let me adjust these quick here. I'm going back. I'll bring you guys back to full screen too so you can see exactly what I'm doing. We just go in here. We're going to add 20,000 and then I'll give you guys back access. I'm going to connect it now. And
Someone's already on it. The link's pinned, chat. There you go. So people are controlling those. So yeah, that, I mean, I dare say that's something you could maybe create as a sub incentive for your channel. You know, you could say subs get control of the sub only deck. You know, all jokes aside, could be something as simple as that. You know,
yeah, again, you can give access to your mods for this. I will say one thing to take into consideration though when you do this is the latency between stream and them, right?
Yeah.
So there is going to be a little bit, but maybe you're the type of person who likes to go to, let's just say a just chatting screen. You're here chatting a lot and then you jump back into your game and you forget to go back. If your mods have access to this, they could actually change the scene for you. Oh, he's playing this. Boom. And so we can kind of demonstrate that one right here too. I'll just build that really quick.
Yep.
Profiles? Can you have like profiles for like different?
You can have multiple different decks.
You could have sounds
Like a
basic-
wild Wednesday night, Blake.
Not typical Wednesday night, actually.
a handful of decks. Exactly.
Joey and Charlie come over once a week.
Oh man. So okay, wait. I will just try and hit it home. Okay. This is a really powerful tool that bestows that power to whomever you want to give it to, moderators, subs, VIPs, etc. I say that's how I would roll that sort of thing out.
still uses
overexcited.
like the same cooldowns? Like, can you set cooldowns on those buttons, or is it just absolute spam like it just was a moment ago?
No,
Those cooldowns
the
are
cooldowns
universal between your stream deck and the actual online deck.
It's just the deck. It's specifically for the deck.
Oh wow,
Fantastic.
So I didn't even know that.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So okay, I'm gonna add
I'm
this
not
action
sad,
here,
I'm happy.
and I'm gonna say
Stop
full
it.
screen content here and name it full screen content.
Is that a
Thank you
follow?
for the.
Is that Caitlin?
It might have been. Okay, so I'm gonna take us over here quick to this other scene. There should be a full screen content button now on that same deck.
I think I find Brussels sprout G very attractive. Just saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's me going Hulk mode, man.
No Brussels sprout.
So that worked then. So yeah, you were able to switch our scenes, which is super useful for your mods. But you could do that with anything. Honestly, you could connect your streamer bot to.
That way they don't have to like type out commands or like remember the commands. It's all there ready to go. It's like their own little production suite.
I think
Your
someone's just sweeping through each time, by the way, and clicking all of them when they become available. Maybe that needs to be a little bit longer. But I'm trying to think, like, what's another thing?
Yeah, obviously, with so many people watching, it's kind of you've only got one thing going at a time. But this would obviously be some extra production, but you could do multiple different things and have people trigger them whenever they see fit.
Is there an audit log for it? Does it say like who triggered it, or
I don't think so, actually.
Let me take a look. I don't
like
know if there
who
is,
currently has
actually.
access to it? To say you want to give the link to like a certain group of people or certain people, but then they share that link
They
around.
share it? Yeah. I don't think there is. I think that in that situation, you would just do a private one and have it accessed only by Discord username, essentially. Because that's how you can sign up for
Yeah.
Streamerbot, is if you do a private one, you use your Discord name, and then in here we would say title, taint,
Discord user.
number, whatever. Yup, only has access. So
My dream, like when I want to sort of like start hitting retirement and stuff, is like be someone's like a stream producer. You know, like Tim the Tap Man has whips. Yeah, I want to be that when I'm like 60, 70, right? I want to be that for someone. Just sat there with this fucking board, activating stuff for people.
yeah.
Pushing the
And I mean,
buttons.
yeah, think about that type of role where a lot of that stuff was just like, hey, here's a DM, make sure you do this. Oh, now you can actually take those functions and you can do them yourself.
One big
right.
thing for me, right, is like, I don't know, I come from like a risk assessment sort of background, constantly thinking of like, horrible scenarios and contingencies and all that. So one thing I have on my stream, I have like lockdown in case there's like a hate raid, and then touch wood, hasn't been one of those in very long. And last year we had those, was it last year or year before? We had those horrible names on Twitch coming through and just going and following, and then those names popping up in chat or on the screen. So you had all that. But one thing I've implemented is, actually, I think the only person to ever implement it for me was Caitlin Gaming. The only one who ever run this action for me was Caitlin. And it was, I couldn't get back to my desk. A family emergency had popped up. I had to run for it, and I was on a BRB, and I'd left the stream on. So I asked Kate to end the stream for me. And that was, it's percentage, all caps, percentage. And in Streamerbot, I had set it to, it is case sensitive, and it is only this, and it is only done by moderators, right?
That's right.
So that will go to a separate ending screen, send a message to the chat as an announcement, and then it will end stream after 40 seconds, right? So we explain that stream's ending abruptly, everything's fine, you tune back in for updates, but it's like an emergency end in case like the worst happen. And you can see that being used for, unfortunately it happens, like big people, they get swatted, right? They get swatted, a moderator can go in and end the stream that way. Or again, touch wood, someone has a seizure in their chair or any other sort of horrible situation like that right on screen. Moderators have that access to do that. The thing about Streamerbot is it doesn't actually take up that much resources. You can do when it's activating sources inside OBS. Technically it's OBS like running the resources, but Streamerbot's just triggering it, right?
Yeah.
So as long as your system can handle it, but it doesn't take much to handle it, and anyone can set this up.
An our fault? Or did someone synchronize there?
So yeah, Potty, it doesn't show. I was just going to say this. Potty brought up a good point that we have the action queue. This doesn't show any details in terms of who done it. This could be because it's a public deck right now too. I'd be actually curious to test this out if we made it a private deck and did some testing to see if it would pull any of that stuff in.
Private.
Yeah, like pull the Discord name, for example.
Yeah.
Or the account name.
Yep.
Yeah.
But again, I don't think typically you're going to give everyone access to this stuff. This was more just for
It was a demo.
demo's
It would
sake. Yeah.
It would fully be a trust system initially. It could be something Streamerbot could implement at that sort of moderation level of, well, or admin level where, yeah, you've got people who can control it, but you can see who's doing what, so there's no mismanagement, basically. Could be a thing.
Yeah.
Don't give FruitGom access. Well, that's the thing. It's a fun tool, and I hope the people that tried it out there got the cause and effect of, oh, this is fun. I can control those things that are happening on stream, and no one would even know it was me. That's kind of fun. It's kind of cool.
Well, and the other thing, like I was just thinking about, like this Streamerbot integrates with Wavelength. So maybe you're one of those people who mutes your mic when you go away, and you're really bad at unmuting when you come back. You just come back and you start talking, and you're muted, and everyone knows you're muted. But you could have a mod in there with just an unmute button set up, where they just click that, and boom, now you don't have to worry about it.
Like the age-old thing, you start up a stream where you come back off a scene and you'll just start talking, right? And yeah, your actual hardware is muted, not just the source in OBS, but the hardware is muted, right? Or you're on the wrong scene. That happens quite often. You come back and you're sat there and it's a big camera and like the game's in the corner, really small, and you're sat there freaking playing and you're like full in, oh my god, it's fucking amazing. And then some rando in chat's like, oh dude, wrong scene. You're like, oh shit, blush.
Those people are
dicks. Quick question there from, was it Oslo? I think you do need to launch the Streamerbot deck and connect your Streamerbot each time you use it. As far as having a tab open, I think
I don't need to have a tab open.
No, you do need to do that initial linkage, or it's just set and forget. That's the question I'm asking.
In terms of like the link reworking, the deck is like saved. So if we go back and we see decks, like deck 1 is here. Oh, see, look there's a perfect example. So let me close this. But you just got it to work right there. Whoever was using it, just switch it. And that was like, I don't think we could have planned that to actually work better.
Someone produced our stream for us there. Thank you.
Someone did it, yeah. But let me close it here. I don't think we I've only used this a few times. I don't think I had it open when we did it, but if you guys still have it open, give it a click. See if it works.
I've got it open here.
Yeah, I don't have it open. So it's kind of just a set and forget then, Oslo. Like,
yeah,
set it up the one time.
Set it up and you're good.
Pin that link that you give them or whatever to your mod channel in Discord or wherever, and then you're good.
Hope you guys found that useful. That's something that actually I'm going to sit and program in the next week or so for my mods, and then maybe if I can trust yous.
You can't. Nah. What do I do every time I come in? Fucking normal message.
You spam your mod command.
I come in straight away and I do !me, so it plays straight away. Then I do mod me, and then it fucking happens again. So it's 3 fucking, what is it? The bloody mines from freaking Finding Nemo, me and Crismo being delinquents.
Yeah. Another level you could operate as, you could give users their own, this is obviously the extreme, but you could give a user their very own Streamerbot deck for your stream, and it has a set of functions that you program for that person only to use. Just like obviously the folks in chat know, we use like our me command, which is based on the walk-on event, but you could obviously go nuts. You could have random stuff flashing screen. I don't know, you could go mental. It's all in the imagination.
Absolutely. Get creative with it.
Exactly. FruitGom, that's the sort of thing, it would still be a cooldown, but it could be its own thing. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to keep the interactive level of things going. We're going to talk about a little thing called StreamInterakt. How are you guys feeling, by the way? Does anyone need a moment here? I think we're going pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good.
I finished my whiskey and I'm like, is it rude if I went for another whiskey? I'll pour that one after. Okay, so I'm going to talk about an application or plugin. It's called StreamInterakt. I'm going to drop it in chat as well for you guys to have a nosy. At the moment, Blake, you started setting this up. Yeah?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I can pull it up here. You have it open.
So, let's get that here for 20 minutes. So, guys, this is StreamInterakt. Recently, they have added, and this is how I came about it. I think it was Blake that actually shared it originally. They added Streamerbot interaction, or integration, should I say, with the actual software. This application is a extension of a thing called Overview, which is a very popular modding and plugin based software for your PC. It's got a whole bunch of games on its library, things like Hearthstone, League of Legends, lots of FPS games. It's got your Call of Duty, it's got Valorant, Apex Legends. I'm trying to remember what else.
Halo.
And they've actually started adding a bunch of games recently as well. Now, why all this? Why am I showing you all this? So, like, if you hop into one of the games that's there, pick a game. Not that one.
Fortnite.
Well, you guys know I was using this for Apex Legends this week, so he's got Fortnite. Okay, I actually haven't seen the Fortnite ones. So basically, what you do is, chat, you would go to your streamer bot, and you would create an action initially that you wanted to tie to one of these interactions, and that's interaction with a key. So we've got things like match starting, match end, then you've got some more in-game stuff like knocks, kills, you died, you got revived, a whole bunch of in-game events, which is brilliant. So what we can actually do is, with these applications open, we can have Streamerbot do a whole bunch of stuff when these things happen in game. And really, your imagination is kind of prime for this. So if you guys checked out my stream recently, you would have saw that I had things like, I had filters on my stream that changed how things looked if I died or if I got a kill. I was playing Apex. Dealing damage in Apex is important. So I had my cam do a cool filter effect where it looked like it was flashing when I was dealing damage. I had things like my ultimate charge, which is like a super ability for those Destiny gamers in chat, and it changed my whole cam window to be like a sort of powered up effect. So a lot of fun. But even something as simple as, I've got an overlay for Apex Legends where I have an overlay for my health bar, or my health and shields. I set it up so that like activates when a match starts, and then it goes away at the end of a match. And we were talking about this the other night. Me and Reese were talking about it. These are subtle production things that people wouldn't even notice, but they blend into the entire experience so seamlessly that it just makes it even better. Like, yeah, that's what I think. At least I think production stuff that you don't see going on, it just happens, is the best kind of production for your stream.
So I just want to touch on Fruit. So he says, so you can so for match start, you can have it play Thank the Bus Driver. So you could actually have it thank the bus driver for you. So you do on match start, you could set up an action that was a hotkey after a certain amount of delay. It could be something small like 5 seconds. And then as soon as the match starts, it automatically thanks the bus driver for you. You don't have to worry about it. Again, that's like a quality of life. No one else is going to notice that happen. But for you, you just don't have to worry about it anymore. Like,
yeah.
It's been done. And same thing like you were saying with your overlay that comes up. No one knows it's happening. You don't have to worry about either pushing a button on your stream deck or worrying about it being up because you forgot to hit it. It's just like done.
It's basically integration with games, with your streaming software. The slogan, I believe, is let the game take control of your stream. And that's exactly what happens. A couple other ideas that come to mind is, say you get a squad wipe or you effectively hit a clip, you would want to clip that moment on Twitch. And I mean, we were talking about that Sizzle application earlier. This app can go, you just killed a whole squad in a game, which I think is obviously an awesome feat. You can get it to clip to Twitch and then post it in chat for you. Here's that squad wipe clip.
And then with that Discord clip we've set up as well, right? I don't know anyone who's, I believe all three of us are using it. So someone does a exclamation clip in chat, right? It will capture the clip, it will post it to chat, but it will also post it in a designated channel in the Discord, right? So you can set that up for yourself, right? You hit a squad wipe like that, it will take a clip, it will post it in Discord. You've automated yourself out. You've saved yourself however much time, whatever you need to.
Yeah. Another thing you could do is you could have it pull data. There's a lot of websites out there that pulls data for your match or your scores and stuff. And say like league standings. I'm not a pro player by any means, but you could have like league standings if someone's operating that in the background, and it could post details in chat. Very popular in Apex community again. There's a lot of match standings that get shared. The imagination just runs wild. You could go on a kill streak in a game, and then you could get it to go, holy crap, like G's hitting his shots for once, he's on a 5 kill streak. Something as stupid as that. Or you could have a full-blown party pop off if you win a match. It goes wild. I'm obsessed with this thing already, and big shout out to like some of the devs. They actually stopped by my stream when I launched it with Apex Legends, and it's so subtle yet so cool, the stuff that's going on. I do hope to see them add more games in future as well, for sure. They added a bunch recently, even if it's just something as simple as, I don't know, you could have it set the game if you launch a game. I know Streamerbot has that integrated as well, actually, but yeah, it's mind-boggling. I do wonder how we could demo this for chat. That was what I was wondering. You guys don't want to see my Apex skills at all.
So, well, what's interesting about this is, and maybe I'll just have to open StreamInterakt again. Let me try this, because it was pulling up the actions on my other Stream Deck.
Yeah.
Not the one, not the Stream Deck, but my Streamerbot that I have open. So
okay.
If I do,
yeah,
what is this? What do I pull up? StreamInterakt? No. What do I search for here? Interact?
Launch Overwolf and then launch the...
Hopefully this will fix it because I have the new one opened.
And once you've done that, just pin that to your taskbar or your thing, and then you can go straight to StreamInterakt.
Also, by the way, Blake, it does open if a supported game is launched as well. StreamInterakt.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah. So anytime I launch Apex, that app does open. I'm sure there's a setting that says like launch with related apps. You go to the drop down, I think it is. Oh, there you go, library.
Desktop shortcut, launch. So now I'm curious because I could show this us if we can get this working here. Wait, why isn't it saying interact? You can create interact. In order to create interact, you have to create an action with Streamerbot. Interesting. Streamerbot actions. It's fucking open right here, bro.
I have to do it off and on again then.
Okay, so that's fine. Let me just close this here quick. We're gonna save, and I am going to close.
This would just be because Blake has two Streamerbot accounts.
Yep.
It's looked for the wrong one. Any kind of questions you have on that? I think it's a really powerful tool that a lot of folks could make use of. To either automate, as Phil said in chat, it's a quality of life upgrade as well for your stream. It's very useful. Sarah, how you doing, pal? Hello.
You know, since they did add Streamerbot, right? There's all the chance in the world that they'll go in.
So they go to settings, Blake, and then get your...
Yeah. Yep.
There's all the chance in the world they'll add more games and, you know, more possible features to feature. Now, as G did the other day with the overlay coming up on his HUD, on his character in Apex, that clicks on literally near instantaneously, right? As soon as he is into the game and his HUD is up, right? So that will click on. That's his own overlay. And people for years have had to like press a button on their Stream Deck, and sometimes they'll forget to turn it off. Sometimes they'll forget to put it on, and it will be over. It will be over other sort of loading screens and all that. It just looks like it's just sitting there, right? Well, I'll just leave it on. It'll just sit there. So now when he actually starts a game and his HUD pops up, it will pop up the exact same time. It's seamless. It won't sort of do anything like that. Could you imagine that in Destiny around your subclass and your abilities and all that? And you have like literally like say Bonafide Hero. You have like your own sort of theme over that. As Destiny could maybe sometime in the future. There's so many games. PUBG, Escape from Tarkov, Halo, Lethal Company, for God's sakes, League.
I did that last week.
So much. Yeah, it's crazy. What can we do with Lethal Company?
I'm going to drop a link in chat. That's me after maybe 10 minutes of tinkering. A couple of basic things.
Match end, death, respawn right now.
Yeah. So.
All right, so I got him set up for Fortnite. What I got here is I got on death, when I die, it's going to make bonus sad. And when it's going to
That
make me
hits deep,
rage,
dude.
it's going to
That
make
hits
me
fucking
rage
deep.
when I get a kill. So either way, we're going to hopefully see how quickly this goes here.
Blake's going to run in and just get foddered.
Yeah, there's no judgment here, right?
No judgment for Blake's gameplay.
One good thing they do, sort of depending on what games they have, right? Say you do die, you can have that activate to a death counter in Streamerbot as well. So it will automatically come up and do a death for that session.
All right. We're launching. Ooh, you're judging? Hey, not
Wouldn't
fair.
have you any other way, Taint.
This is a lot of pressure for me, you guys.
Nah, you're fine. Do your thing, man.
Do we need to change the category to Fortnite now?
I don't think
Nah.
so.
Yeah, chat. I do hope to see the software devs add more in-game interactions. Obviously, it's taking a lot of in-game information as a third-party app, so some games might be limited to that extent. But again, it all comes down to your imagination, what you can create with it. Be it filter changes, be it scene changes. I think like if Blake got a win here, we could have made a big party scene. It could have been anything. You can get so silly with it. If Blake gets a win first try.
That's not gonna happen.
Wait, what's going to happen then? So what are we expecting to happen?
All right, so if I die, Bona's gonna get sad, and if I get a kill, I'm gonna rage.
Do you know why I add that thank the bus driver thing as well?
We could
Like a
quick.
sound clip or what's thank the bus driver? Is that a song?
No, thank the bus driver. You just like thank the bus driver before you jump. So if we're gonna
Oh.
do that, then we just
Wait,
have to go to.
is that a StreamInterakt thing?
There is a match start thing where it does it.
Okay, so why not just say the next round has begun, Blake's focusing or something, you know? It could be a focus thing.
Thank
Just a simple
bus
text thing.
driver. And then we're gonna go over here. We're gonna say core should just be hotkey. Where is it? System WordPress. We're gonna say B. So that's set. Now we're gonna go back to StreamInterakt, Fortnite, create interact, match start. We're gonna do think bus driver. What I want to do for this actually though is add a little bit of a delay, just in case. Yeah, it doesn't start right away. We'll just say like 3 seconds or something. See if that works.
Yeah, because you want the bus to start, right?
Yep.
Like to start moving and then.
All right. Let's see here. I'm gonna hide our cams for just 1 second here too. When we launch this,
Could have made that a Streamerbot action.
could have, yeah. Okay.
So you thank the bus driver? I'd what?
It's
Did I
a
miss
thing.
something?
Have you never played Fortnite?
I played it once. I played it
Yeah,
that
it's like
one time.
it's like a running joke that when you jump out of the bus, you have to thank the bus driver, right?
So they made it an in-game thing.
Yeah. 10k XP. That's a lot of fucking XP.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Fruitgum's the expert here, man. I'm taking notes. Usually it's you taking notes for me, Fruitgum. The turns have tabled.
So we gotta wait a little bit here. 40 seconds. Holy cow! All
I don't
right.
know if I have that patience, dude.
Well, you're gonna have to. We've come too far.
I don't see Destiny getting support for this because it's deep API internal game information, whereas other games have all have it as
All right, let's see if it
accessible
thanks the
information.
driver. Did it thank the driver? It did. I didn't touch it. It thanked the driver. Let's fucking go. Okay.
Nice.
Camera's back.
I was gonna say, well, we didn't see anything on the camera, but
Well, the camera shouldn't have gone. It was just in chat. It said the degenerate dad thanked the driver. But I
Right.
didn't do that. So, all right.
no, fair.
So that worked. Wait.
Right, time for a hot drop, Blake.
How hot?
What's
Oh,
up,
wait.
Jamie?
I want to see Bona cry.
Oh, it's the UK. You want me to?
Also, your reaction there was testament to that. You're like, oh my god, that's amazing.
You tell Blake plays this quite a bit. He's got dragon.
Got the sick dragon skin, bro, for his umbrella. Or his
Just for
parasol.
clarity, I never drop here at Lavish.
Watch Blake go on to fucking get the solo win.
I don't think so, because I got a boss right here. He's gonna shit on me probably.
A boss?
Don't shoot him.
Is that a bot?
Yeah, it's a bot. Oh fuck, I'm out of
He's gonna
ammo. Are you shitting me?
He's supposed to die. Just let the boss kill you.
Oh, I guess that's true. Fine.
Emote.
These guys suck.
Jaw floss.
He's missing you! No way! He's like, hit me!
Dude, they haven't landed a shot yet. Oh shit, there it is.
They're still shooting
Oh.
at you. Look at this guy on the left here. To think someone placed in a worse
That's
position than
amazing.
Blake.
There you go, chat. Sad Bona when Blake died. Obviously, that was literally 2 things that we showed you there, but you could program different actions for different events in game to then happen on your stream. Absolutely amazing. It is the epitome of what I love to do for my own content, is that immersion factor. That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Super easy to set up. You mean, you guys, that took me 2 minutes to do.
Yeah. Definitely a core understanding of Streamerbot helps, but it could be anything. Like I said, text chat, etc. Those kids F suck when yeah, you could do that. You could just do stupid stuff like that to like flesh out events on the game.
Yeah, like
could also-
I was saying the other day, right? You see those sort of TikToks, it's like, yo, make the sound of this gun, right? And I was saying, like, you get a kill, you're like, a pre-recorded sound plays every time you get a kill, or you die and it adds a death counter to your on-screen overlay. You have a Yahoo every time the game starts, or whatever. Like, that's just at the very sort of simple. You can then go in more in depth that when you do die, it then automatically changes over to a screen with you on the full screen fucking reacting. Yeah, that was a fucking bullshit death. What the fuck, man? The guy's fucking shooting. Like, you automate this shit out. Save yourself time. Become more interactive.
It was super easy. And again, I think it goes back to just how creative you can be. I mean, it could write to a file or something every time you get X amount of kills with whatever data you want and variables and stuff like that. I mean, and then you could pull that into a source. I don't know. There's just possibilities are really endless.
That's StreamerInterakt chat. Definitely worth checking out if you're looking for that extra layer of either automation or immersion for your stream using Streamerbot. Goes hand in hand perfectly. I love it. I'll probably try and like innovate the stuff that I've done, and like I've not had to pay for anything for it, so it's free software, which is insane if you ask me.
Yeah.
And I've just used some basic things in OBS to be the effects that I'm looking for, like filter changes and lights flashing and stuff. Honestly, imagination is everything. I could see myself sitting for a whole day just programming stuff to try out for these games.
I'm literally trying to schedule a bunch of time at the moment to go and change up and update so much, and this is like top of my list to. I only play Halo when Destiny servers are down, but I'm like, dude, I can do some funny shit. Like I don't have anything interactive with Halo as I do in Destiny. So.
Chat, I was supposed to say Q&A. I had one job. So what do you think of that? Yo, come on. I'm working on the side here. Someone still got those buttons going?
Yeah, someone's still in the queue. My guess? Well, I gotta guess here, man. Keep sending us back to the other screen. I will cut you guys off. Oh my.
Yeah, we're going to take away your privileges.
Give a fucking issue for it gone.
Data has a question. Guys, let's open it. We're going to open the floor to you guys now. We'd love to talk about stuff that we've spoke about on stream tonight. But yeah, if you have any other queries regarding content creation, softwares, plugins, third-party stuff, or any recommendations, we can do our best here to lay down the knowledge. Or you could just ask us what we had for dinner, or I don't know. What'd you have for dinner, Reese?
I had a pasta bake.
Ooh.
Some
pasta?
Pesto.
I know Blake's having
pasta.
pizza.
I think so. Yeah, I hope so.
I'm just checking something here. That's interesting. Okay.
Q&A on big screen. Well, if you didn't change it, be on the big screen.
Time to turn that one off. Killshot. Is StreamInterakt connected through a gaming account, or does it need to be downloaded on the same PC as the game? I will work on a dual PC builds. Sad Bonner. So I can answer that question. It would be the native PC where the game is being played. That's it. It links with the application. There wasn't many permissions that I had to grant for the application.
No, there was no sign in. There was no real anything. It
just works with the application.
Local.
It's local. It's not even like your account.
But that's a great question though. Dual PC setup. Like how? Yeah, I'd have to think about that.
It raises questions of it trying to be remote, or like say for your instance, right? Something happens in Allison's game. How can you bring that over to you? Look at the cogs turning, chat. Look at the cogs turning.
Yeah. So
What was the question?
So for Allison and Blake, if Allison wanted stuff on her side to trigger, but on Blake's obviously outputting live, how could we do that?
There's some workarounds you could definitely do for it. We've kind of like talked about the streamer bots linking together. That doesn't really work. You could do something with virtual camera and OBS, but another like really just like easy workaround for it would be, so Allison has StreamerBot open and StreamInterakt open, and then her interaction though is to do a command in chat. So that triggers, so I have the action that does everything in OBS on my end, but her action just does the command to chat only for her. So my StreamerBot picks up that she's put the interaction in, which was automatically done because she did a certain thing in the game, and then it triggers whatever. That's just off the top of my head thinking how it would work the best, the easiest maybe.
I think the dream situation that we kind of spoke about was StreamerBot interacting with another StreamerBot and like using the web client and being able to go, oh, that command's just activated there, I'm gonna do this on a different StreamerBot. I don't know of anything basic on StreamerBot that does that. There might be a way to script it or program it to do so. Unfortunately, I'm not sure. Definitely, I actually was going to take that to their devs or in their Discord. Their Discord's really active with queries like that and suggestions as well. So
it's
I guess
it's up to us to do the research, and you know we can.
Yeah.
Especially for you, Michael. Let's sort of get that going to figure out how that can be
StreamerBot to StreamerBot interaction.
Yeah.
I hope that answers your question to extent, Poddy. I don't do scripting. I'm pretty poor with C# scriptings in particular is the one that I used at the time. I don't think I'm attuned to that stuff. Looking at lines of text, just my brain no working.
I have done sort of scripting, but to keep up with it, and it opens up a whole other sort of field of variables that can trigger issues. So with all the issues I've had over the past year or so with my own stuff, it's very integral for the amount of shit I try and do. And like, you only see really, for me, only like 30% of the stuff because I'm extremely fucking ADHD. I'll go and start something, I'll try it out, and then I'll forget about it. I'll start implementing stuff. I'll be running all sorts of scripts, but I haven't for like the last year or so. I'm trying to figure out so much. So I have, but I don't at the moment.
Yeah, I don't do it. I've used some of it before, but don't typically use it.
Fool asks, which effect that you've made in StreamerBot are you most proud of so far?
I'll be honest, I'm really proud of for me, oh my lord. I'm proud of the Apex stuff that I built once I got my hands on StreamerInterakt. They're so basic yet so effective, and it caught the attention of the devs and the StreamerInterakt account who were like following me back on Twitter, and their devs came into my chat to see how it was all going down basically, which I thought was brilliant.
That's the one right there that I'm most proud of.
I was waiting for that.
Is you guys being able to make Bonus sad all night?
Honestly, it's not that much different to when I'm not on camera. I'll have an association when I'm sad. That sound will play in my fucking head. For me, kind of like early on when StreamBot sort of first came out, it was implementing the double jump and heavy fire, which everyone found so bloody fantastic. And like having assets pop on the screen and sounds playing when that does, and trying to figure that out. And then, you know, that's one of my sort of most viewed clips on socials and posts on Twitter is explaining that. And StreamerBot then sort of hitting me up, and people hit me up after that to be like, how the fuck do you do this? Because, you know, we were saying at the beginning of stream is things are so much different to what they used to be. When we first started streaming, things were so much simpler, but also a lot more finicky to sort of run. So to do that and then kind of like start off a whole wave of people trying and implementing so much, and we've just seen so much come out over the last like 2 years, especially since StreamBot came out. So there's that. And then recently it took me so long to get it done, and the only reason I was able to, fuck's sake, done. It would be really, really cool when that sort of does come, like that does play, if we can get like, to say who triggered it, like up on the screen, if that was ever a thing. Maybe not in chat, because they can be like popping off like crazy. Maybe sometimes you don't want, but like some sort of log to say who is triggering those.
100%.
But yeah, that inner monologue that I created late last year, that was something I was working on for 6 months, and I had the idea of doing that. And it took me a long while to perfect it. I got right to the end before I asked for help, and I asked Robbie, Mr. Chroma Raven, and I'm like, dude, I just need help pinning this last variable down. How the fuck do I get it going? And now I have it going, and I've just got to keep up with that. So yeah, that's what I'm proud of. Is probably early on the keybinds in Triggered by Streamerbot and the inner monologue, moving a bunch of filters around to make it look very intricate.
Mr. Blake, you were proud. You already said you were proud of that stuff. Okay, I was like, fair. I was like, were you really though? Was it not?
I think the jail coming down in your head is pretty. Yeah.
I love his hologram effect. I think that's my favorite thing that Blake's done, and that's not even a Streamerbot thing. That was using a combination of filters. It's so cool.
Yeah, we should do something like that.
Let's do it. Sarah's asking about setting up a dual cam stream with people in separate places, 2 different streams at the same time. That makes sense. So are you talking about having both streamers' content on the same screen, or just the cameras? There's a couple ways you could do it.
We're doing it right now, right? You can.
Is it more to do with synchronizing gameplay? I feel like I know what Sarah's asking here. It's not just cameras, it's content and synchronizing VOD content, which I don't think is possible at the moment. You can you can synchronize VOD content.
It's possible that through Stream Together, it's possible, because the Twitch Stream Together, you basically put in what's happening on your OBS, right? And you put that out as a virtual camera to stream together. The other person would do the exact same thing, and then you're basically seeing both feeds at the same time, and that would sync your VODs together. If that so.
I think how I'm understanding it, yeah. So they're both live on their own channels, and so both camera sources, you say, are both game sources. Are you trying to get on the same one, Sarah? If that's the case, if we're looking for camera and game sources, I think Stream Together is probably the easiest option for that.
So not just what Blake and Allison do, where Blake pulls in Allison's gameplay as well as her camera, and he's the only one that's streaming. You're talking just cams, no games.
Oh yeah,
Video Ninja.
That's exactly what we're using right now.
Video Ninja.
Hey, I'm going to share another thing. I've just checked their page, and it's on hiatus just now. It's a thing called Squad Stream. I think it was pioneered by. In fact, is this the one? I recognize the logo.
I think the one thing, the hiccup that you would run into, Sarah, is one, using that camera in multiple sources. So OBS is going to be taking the camera on the person's side. So being able to put just that input into Video Ninja, I don't know how you do that yet. I'm sure there's a way to.
Yeah.
You run into an issue, where it's like this camera source is being used elsewhere. We can't show it here. Let me think about that one for a second. That's
a good question. Obviously, you would love that near instant and synchronized thing. I think that I always dreamed of was day one raid in Destiny and having 6 points of view, all perfectly in sync for that squad, basically. And I think that's what some of these applications were looking to do.
That would go a lot deeper, though. You'd need to have some serious backing, networking side of things.
Yeah, I think
have that zero latency.
I think what it does is it takes the stream information and synchronizes like the time code for it, so that everyone runs at the same time on the output. So it would take all those inputs, synchronize them to the same clock, and then output them simultaneously. I think that's how it works. It's more of a viewer experience than an actual live production side, if that makes sense. As a viewer, you would be able to use that and see all those points of view, whereas to actually do it live from stream so that people don't have to do any extra steps, that's where I'm a bit uncertain. Guest start, it's to do with the latency though, Poddy, if you're wanting to get those near synchronized.
I'm actually in the middle of setting that up and actually doing a full build out, because I have a client at the moment who does call-ins. He does reviews of manga and animes and all that. So he actually wants to have conversations with his community. Stream Together is actually really good for this. He was using Google Meets, but there's no real sort of moderation on that. So Stream Together is actually really good for bringing people in if they're on their phone through Twitch, or they're on the Twitch app, on the Twitch browser. Exactly like what we're doing here with Video Ninja. It will bring everything everything in. So I'm actually doing something really fucking cool and building out like something like that and implementing a bunch of things together where he can move the cameras around and automatically change scene to scene. Blake actually did something really cool with a podcast and we first brought him on, where, you know, there was basically a bunch of guys yelling at each other on a podcast on YouTube about sports, and then if these two guys got real bloody nasty with each other, they would pop up and it would just take their two cameras and then, for fuck's sake, it would take their two cameras and then put them on a versus screen. Then these two people could like bitch it out, you know.
Yeah, there was like the Street Fighter like background in the back, like kind of 8-bit, and then the fight song. Yeah.
Oh, Fruit Crumb, don't worry, we know it's you. Don't worry.
I still think though you would have an issue. So outside of latency being an issue with Discord a little bit, I still think it's going to say your camera's busy. It's not going to let you pull in the same feed to multiple sources. I think, at least I have that issue with stuff. I don't know if anybody else does.
Yeah, if you're using a camera for one output, usually you can't
use
share
it anywhere else. So
yeah, you can do with that is virtual camera.
But then they'd get the gameplay too, because it would be whatever I'm just so you could take that technically and you could shrink down the source size to just their camera. I'm talking about for Sarah's.
Just buy an extra camera, bro. Easy.
Well, that's honestly, that might be the best option, is a second camera.
A second camera to offload as your mutual source. Yeah. It's a complex thing. I did share a link for a thing called Squad Stream, and I think its principle is synchronizing content like that. Yeah. Me and Reese did that. We played Gears of War, and we had Gears of War 5. So in Gears of War 5, it's co-op 3 players or 4 players, I think. Was it 3 players? We'll say 3 players. One of the players plays the little robot called Jack, and it flies around and does wee extra tasks. It fetches you ammo. Oh shit! Here comes Jack. People mad in chat will know. But basically, we set it up for my stream to have Reese's point of view at the top of my screen, and it was called Jack Cam, and it was brilliant. I loved it, and it was just a wee extra layer of immersion. It was a wee bit. There was a bit of latency, but it was there, and it added that bit of.
It wasn't too bad.
Of fun.
It wasn't too bad,
you know?
especially for no pre-production and us literally doing it on streaming and playing.
We used Discord for that, so Reese shared his virtual cam to Discord. Then I cropped my view of his window in Discord to just have his gameplay element and put that at the top of my screen. Yeah. I actually missed that. Again, I love stuff like that. That sort of.
Maybe we'll find another game we'll actually do it like with some production and some actual sort of setup.
Multi POV and different elements going on. Yeah.
So Sarah just provided us with some more information. It says no game involved with what I've been trying to do. So if that's the case, then you're going to want to use Video Ninja for sure. It's exactly what we're doing right here.
Bring it up on the screen, like the
Video Ninja is
so basically what we do is we send our like cameras through to like a website to its own server. Then Blake grabs the link and puts them in as a browser source into his OBS, and it's near zero latency, right? Obviously there's times you've probably seen me, I've seen it myself, right, with a little bit of latency, but you know, that's my camera on the side, Blake's is there, Pigeon's there, and then Blake's has obviously got his OBS side, his camera on that side, and then he's outfitted that way, but then he's then sharing his screen to this website. So B and G can see what's happening in real time. Ultimately, there's literally I can see it right now. There's half a second in between what the gestures I'm making and that. So.
Yeah, and so Sarah, what's really nice is so you send them this link. When they go to the link, it says pick your camera source, pick your audio source, and then it brings them into the room. Once they're in the room, it just gives you a copy solo view link option, and then you just put that into a browser source. It's super easy.
I'm glad I put my fucking blow up doll away, man. I usually keep it here after stream. I'm glad I pulled that away. Like, didn't know I was gonna get full cam.
Exactly. Any more questions, chat, before we call it a night?
Anything you've seen recently?
I was just gonna say to Phil, you had you're like all these different things, and then the one sentence that was the kicker was dedicated PC. I was like, yeah, who's gonna have a dedicated PC to squad stream all the time, you know? Apart from actually having a a native streaming PC. We had to make an appointment. Wait, how did that announcement come through?
I have a button on my stream deck.
I was gonna
well
say
played,
that's
Blake.
like fucking coincidence. I think not.
That looked like it was a timer to me. I wouldn't have known, obviously. Amazing. I'm just being back in case I missed any questions. Been back. Yeah, I'm rocking the hat, the beanie tonight because my hair isn't styled. That's literally it. It's a bit colder, but yeah, hilarious. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. That's been fun.
It's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
A bit more technical tonight, I'd say.
Yeah, and we can, you know, just like everything's kind of been being built out as we go here, kind of evolve. We can evolve the public deck. There may be some scaling back with some of the things on it, but we can evolve that as
Too much
well.
control.
But I just, you know, as I'm thinking about it too, just imagine, you know, someone pops in and asks a question about something that we have already linked in the deck, and they can just, you know, they see it in chat and we miss it, and they could just click on it or something. Lots of cool stuff.
I'm just reading Poddy's thing. I'm going to be honest, Poddy. If you get a bot wave, there's no point worrying about banning them or anything, like, unless they're chat bots.
Yeah.
But even then, you hit up your followers only mode. Usually they can't do multi-functions. You just filter them out with the in-chat things.
Set up your back end of Twitch to be like, you know, when you do go followers only mode, they have to have been chatting for you. They have to have been following for like an hour or so, right?
Verified email accounts, etc.
Set that up with like another button to also be, you know, shut down your alerts as well. If you use Stream Elements alerts, you can just pause your alerts there, or you can just press a button on your stream deck or through an automation through Streamerbot to disable the alerts browser source, you know, if you don't want that sort of coming through. There's many ways to do it, but yeah, it's banning and timing out. That's what I say to people, right? If you ban bots or anything, just delete the message. Don't go through the ban. If I then need to go back and look at someone's ban at some other point and look at my ban list, I'm going through all these fucking accounts that may have not have already been deleted by Twitch, but Twitch have banned the accounts, you know. That they'll never post again in your server. To ban someone, you're stopping them from chatting again. These bots aren't going to chat again. Just delete the message.
Did they mean Twitch chat or no? It was followers. Yeah, like we said. Yeah, just stop the event from progressing. Filter them out, and don't worry about banning them or cleansing them, because Twitch will cleanse them and they won't be back. You know, like that's it.
Don't give them any of your energy either. You know, people come in and say shitty comments, or they come in and, you know, what people want when they do these follow spams, they want a reaction, so they do it more. It's don't give them time of day. Just do your thing, keep going, you know? Yeah. Keep it going.
And Fool, I just read your message here. You can absolutely do gameplay with Video Ninja. You can share your screen.
Yeah.
Yep. You can choose the audio source. Last week we had, or 2 weeks ago, we had Preston was doing all the stuff that he was showing with ChatGPT and stuff was through Video Ninja. So 100%.
It's my girl Sia singing.
I just saw that. I was about to message the group chat. I think that's us for tonight then, folks. Thank you very much for hanging out. Oh, there's the bangers on again. Very technical tonight, chat. Obviously, the VOD will be available on the Twitch channel if you want to look back on it. And we do appreciate you guys coming to hang out tonight. Thank you to Reese for joining us tonight for the first time. Blake for, of course, running the show at the back end. We're going to host Mr. Ahoy Hoy, a MacBook streamer chat after everything we spoke about tonight.
Exactly what I thought.
I think it's quite funny. Yeah. Thank you for your time. We should hopefully be back in 2 weeks. You know where to find us on our socials. It's iLeveled socials on Twitter. Obviously here on Twitch. Go give us a follow if you haven't already.
Get in the Discord if you want. There's the website again. Yep.
Canadian, I appreciate you stopping by, dude. I'm going to pour another old fashions. Until next time, chat, thank you. Do be sure to check out the website, especially if you're looking to get involved in streaming. You can bloody contact us directly if you're unsure about how to approach as well, especially the individuals that know us. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by and checking it out. And I feel like this is me wrapping up my own stream, by the way.
and go hype up Ahoy's chat here. Go give him a hard time about his Mac, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, don't give him a hard time about his Mac. Ahoy has done a great job of getting his Mac stream together. So, yeah, and that's actually a perfect raid target for tonight. Anyway, see you guys next time. Thank you.
Later, guys.
Raid message in chat. Bye.
Oh, raid messages in chat?
Right message. There you go.
Copy and paste that then, you guys. Copy and paste it, okay?
I need to add that to the list.
All right. Later, guys.